I'm going to get out some old tools of the trade. So people like Michael Zemrowsky, Polish immigrant, thrice removed, maybe even 4 times removed. Um, Immigrated to Dublin, sorry, to Belfast. My apologies, or thereabouts. Um, had some run-ins with the IRA. Um, Threatened to be killed and asked to kill. I don't think he needs any more introduction than that. Let me see if I can call him. He said he might be available now. Sorry, guys. I just have to check my. Okay, now. Um, right. I think I've got Michael Z on here. Yeah, I got Michael Z on here. So yeah. So I'm gonna call up Michael Z. I don't know when to call him actually. I think I should call him soon. Should call him soon. Let me just write down here. Oh, actually, no. Starting soon. Okay, so you guys know. Um, so let's have a look here. um, so what I need to do is, I think I'm gonna call him. I just don't know. Let me see when I last spoke to him. Yeah. No. Yeah. Sort of live on JC Audit. You see all these kinds of things. Right, let's get let's get Michael on the blower. Let's give Michael a call. Let's give Michael a call now. Dude. JC Audits. JC Audits. It's back down. Put him in blue. Michael Z. Okay. Right, let's give him a call. See if he answers the phone. Let's call up Michael. What do you mean I need to top up? Oh, come on, guys. It's not good, guys. Now I have to share my hotspot. So let's call him now. Call him on. Do I have him on here? Probably not. Do I have him on here? So let's. See if he answers this. It's ringing. No reply. It's not answering the phone. Okay. How am I going to do this? He's calling back, guys. Hello, Michael. It's JC.
Oh, where are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Sorry, did I catch you unawares?
No, you're very hard to hear.
Oh, how is this? Is this better?
It is much better.
Much better. Okay. I'm keen to get your opinion on Ukraine.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and we'll see where it takes us.
Okay, go ahead. Do you have to say?
I heard that Zelensky essentially was a puppet, and that the real the real players are Russia, the States, and UK. Do you agree with that proposition?
No.
What's really going? What?
Players. Well, the real UK has no. Europe and the UK they're just being left, right? They're just being left out of it because, well, they're not. They're being left out of it because of their own what we call rules. They're being left out because of Zelensky much point in him being there because he's not going to go to talk peace. And the Europeans have been told by America it's quite simple. It's being cut off. And if you want to support Ukraine, you go right ahead. You support them, but we're not doing it anymore. America has decided, well, Trump has decided, he's looked at through what he's done. He looked at his last term in office, and he made lots of mistakes. He was very naive this time around. He has moved in, and he has moved so fast, and he said so much. It's not what much that he says, because about 5% of what he says he actually does, but he says so much that 5% is quite a lot. But he's had enough of Zelensky. He's just had enough of him, and he just doesn't want to deal. You see, Trump doesn't drink, doesn't smoke, doesn't take drugs. Zelensky is cocaine. It's as simple as that. And Trump will not deal with people like Zelensky. He just won't deal with them. And he just goes, no. Plus, he has come to the point where he realizes America is leaking money for things around the world, and he wants to tighten that up. But he has come to the realization, and this was deliberate. This was definitely deliberate. This is worked out. Joe Biden started it. Well, it actually started long before that started. It started with Bill Clinton, if you want to go back that far. But all this was to take the industrial base of Europe out, take it out completely. And that's what they've done. Europe is in serious, serious trouble, along with the UK, in serious trouble. They have decided, now they're going to come around, this will eventually happen, like we're going to leave Russia alone. Trump has looked at the history of what happened in that part of the world, and he's went, Russia was left no choice. It had to do what it had to do. Now, and he also looks at it in reality. He doesn't watch the news. He doesn't read anything like that. He just looks at it in reality, and he goes, this was a total waste of time and a total waste of life. I mean, I know what to tell you on Sky News and all that there, but you got to realize there's over a million, and I mean well over a million Ukrainian men dead.
Yeah.
And I mean dead.
Yeah.
There's about 100,000 or 120,000 Russians dead. Now that are the stats. That's the reality on the ground. That's that's not Sky News. That's not anything like that. This is the reality. The Russians are winning hand over fist. People are turning around going, but the Russians are taking their time. The Russians haven't got out of first year.
Yeah.
The whole of Europe is on food and health, and the Russians haven't got out of first year. And this is what it's about. Trump understands the whole thing at the end, but see the whole that comes around to it. This is about getting China. This is about trying to stop China.
Okay.
Because China is, this is where it comes to. This is where Trump's main goal is. This is where America's main goal is China. The Democrats decided they would go the route of cutting off Russia and China and do it that way, so China would not have the energy capacity to continue the way they're going in their production. But that obviously didn't work. That's why we have Ukraine. They used Ukraine to try and break Russia, but as you can see, it didn't work. But Trump has come up with another way, and what he wants to do is go for China and give Trump, it's not give Trump what he wants, because this was not a discussion that by any stretch of the imagination Trump's team got on the phone, and believe me, Trump's team's been on the phone for months. This did not come up in a couple of weeks. This plan has been in place for months. They were just waiting for Trump to get voted in. And because you can't make a plan like that in a couple of weeks, it just doesn't happen. But they have decided that's it. They're getting nothing. They're going to go for China directly. They're going to try. That's why he's putting all these tariffs on and doing. He's going to change from Mexico to the Gulf of America, which he's already done.
Yeah.
And he wants to take over the Panama Canal. And you see, if you look at it from an American perspective, this is what they should have been doing all the time. It shouldn't have been fighting people and all that there. This is an economic war. They're fighting wars are over. It's economics now, what it is. Fighting wars are for smaller countries.
Yeah.
And they have taken the Chinese. Donald Trump has looked at the Chinese model. He's looked at the Russian model. And he's went, these people know how to walk into a country, invest in it, and use everybody in that country as customers. And that's what they're doing. They're not going to fight with them.
Can I just cut you off there? I just need to take a pause and just understand what you're saying, and just give me a couple of minutes to speak. So if I understand you correctly, then just to summarize the last thing you said, and then going back. So basically, wars are out of date. They're for smaller countries. The bigger countries, the countries that really matter, in any sense. Sorry, in I think in the sense that we're talking about today, which is might and threat and everything else. Those countries don't wage war. They go in and sell goods. Essentially, it's commerce. They go in and they trade, and they win over customers. And what you were saying before was, go on.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
to win over customers. They make customers. If you can put and invest into a country, say in some of the countries in Africa, put infrastructure, railway, road, build factories, put power plants in, then you can build a commerce base where people will have jobs. Now then people will have jobs, so they will have money to spend. So why can't they buy Chinese cars?
Right.
This is the way that China works. This is the way that Russia works. This is the way that the whole of the what you could call the whole of Asia is working at the minute. But Europe is trying. Now, it's not that America won't be into any kind of conflict, because see, if they don't get what they want down in the Panama Canal, they will go and take it. You know what I mean? There's no doubt about that. They will go and take it. And when it comes to Greenland, I have a very sneaky suspicion Trump is putting all the troops back from parts of Europe, and where they're going to end up is Greenland. And I have a sneaky suspicion he's going to do it. But this has been discussed. You understand? This has been discussed with Russia at first. This is, this is what I mean. The division is now it's all being divided up. Now, at the end of it, what will happen is I think America and China will eventually have to have some kind of military conflict.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think they will have to have some kind of military conflict because China doesn't want anybody inside China Sea, and they're not going to let anybody into it. That's just as simple as it. They're not going to let anybody into it. And that's right. And see all this thing. See, sorry for I do apologize for interrupting. I just sometimes ramble on. I really do. But see the thing about the rare earth metals and all this trillions and trillions of dollars in Ukraine, and Trump wants half of them, all this here rare earth metal. They've got loads of different rare earths of gallium, fucking lithium, all this stuff that's needed for batteries. That's half true. Did you hear them say that Trump wanted half of all the money made from the natural resources of Ukraine?
No.
Well, he said, well, that was one of the things that came out. But maybe the gas and the oil that comes out of Ukraine, which is not very much, he would want some of that. But the rare metals, there are some, but it is not economically feasible to take them out of the ground. Neither there, and they are there in the amounts that they say they're there, but it's just not economically feasible. It's too expensive. It's too dirty.
So let me try and summarize what you said. So, if I understand you correctly, America's and China's game plan are similar. get in, get resources, make customers from the ground up. But if that's true, please let me know. But also let me know what is the UK, specifically Britain's game plan in all this.
Britain, at the end of what this is super powers and China's come quite close to being having the same kind of lifestyle as America did in the 50s and 60s. You know what I mean? 60s, 70s, 80s. And America's going another way like China.
So sorry, could you repeat what the connection is between us?
What it is, they're competing. The UK has nothing to do with it. The UK is finished. You have to understand this here. The UK, you have to look at what it has. It has, excuse me, it doesn't have anything. It has nothing that anybody wants. It has a great GDP that comes across on what the market makes, but the market,
Oh, have we lost him there?
it's very good. Well, you see, money's only good enough if, I mean, that's okay. If the pound drops to, 50% because it doesn't have anything to back it up, then you're in serious trouble.
Are you talking about natural resources?
It's not even natural resources. It doesn't produce anything. It used to be a great place for producing cars. It produced trains. It produced all these ships. But all these are gone. They don't exist anymore.
Okay, we'll go back to what you're saying. If you don't mind me interrupting you, I'm sorry about this. We'll go back to you say about what you said on the future and, if you like, the demise of the UK or in England. But I want to go back into what. Oh right, Europe as well. We'll go back into Europe's demise, but I want to talk specifically about the UK's role in Ukraine. What is their game plan?
Well, I don't actually know what he's going to do, to tell you the truth. But I have to tell you something. If you're going to send, see, Britain can't send 50,000 soldiers. At the end of the day, you have to take it into, you have to take all the logistics into it. They might have 50,000 in the army. Even though at any one time you're talking, I mean, 1/5 of that would be capable of going. Do you know what I mean? So you're talking 10,000 soldiers. Now, a concentration of 10,000 soldiers in any way, or a concentration of, say, 2,000 soldiers at a time, it's just a fucking target.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? So that would be very silly.
So why would?
Really silly.
Okay. Okay. They last a week. So what is Keir Starmer's motive for saying I'm willing to send in troops to Ukraine?
You see, all this here is just bluster, right? This is bluster.
Yeah.
Because the European Union and Britain have been left out. The European Union and Britain do not produce anything. Have you seen Germany's economies? They can't get energy at a cheap price. They have to buy all the gas and oil off America, which is 4 times the price of what if they had a stock that just bought it off Russia. So they're not competitive in the world. They're just not competitive. They have higher wages, they have higher energy costs. Britain's in England, so it has more of an import and export cost before it even starts. The rest of the world has now come to the point where they go, we can produce more, faster, cheaper, and better than the whole of Europe. Never mind just the UK, the whole of Europe. Europe has now is going to have become not an industrial society, but a consumer society. And that is the way the rest of the world is going to treat Europe as a consumer society, because they don't produce. This is where it comes down to what you actually produce. This is why Trump's been into the fact that what is actually being made and what is being made. You know what I mean? Because
Okay, I'm going to come in with something. Do you have an old-fashioned view on economics, in the sense that you believe the wealth is generated by making stuff and natural resources, rather than emerging economies like India, and I don't know, other countries that are booming because of their services industries, and also Ireland, the services industries, and also the UK, which their blue collar workers are generating vast amounts of wealth.
But they're generating vast amounts of wealth for very, very few people. And what is happening now, and what's been happening now over the past year, especially, the very wealthy are getting out. They're really out in droves. They really are. They're just standing in England. They're really just getting out of Europe, basically. You know what I mean? They're moving.
Okay.
And they're taking their money with them. You see, it's all well making money on the market, but if the market crashes, that's where your money is. Do you know what I mean? You can be a multi-millionaire one day, and you can be poor the next day. That's just the way the market goes.
Yeah.
But if you stop me, you have something behind that. You see, the Chinese and the Russians, and this is where they come into it. See, in 30 years, China has built 90 cities.
90.
90 cities. Yes, 90 cities they've built in 30 years. What has Europe done in 30 years in any way that would even come to compare with it? You know what I mean? All that provides jobs, all that provides money. They say that the China has an overcapacity in shipbuilding because they're building something like 200 shipyards. But believe me, that capacity will be filled. You know what I mean? That capacity, and that's what we're China. This is where China knocks everybody else out of the park. They look down the line, and they do lose money on some. There's no doubt about it. But they look at the future. So they look at the future as lots of goods will need to be moved across the world, and they'll be moved in ships. So they're going to build them. It's like electric cars. Everybody was going to drive electric cars. China's going to build them.
Yeah.
And that's what America is trying to do. America don't realize this is what it is. It's time to start producing stuff. See, Russia came to this conclusion at the synthesis when Putin first came into power in the 90s when he wasn't president, he was prime minister. And he came in under one of the other ones. But Putin knew what you need is you need to be able to self-sustain yourself with food, and you need to be able to sustain yourself on energy. Now, after that, they need to start building. And that's what they realized. And what happened in Europe is they get rid of all the farmers.
Yeah.
And they won't let you dig. They won't let you drill for oil or gas. And the rest of the world is not enough stuff. We've had enough of it. And if they want to go to war with you, with Russia, thinking America is going to step in, I can tell you now, Trump and Putin have discussed this. This has been discussed, and the Chinese has been on the sidelines, and so it was held. You have to understand where it was held. It was held in Saudi Arabia, so they have sidelined this too. And if you notice that all the countries that are in it are either extremely good at production or lots of natural resources. All the ones that are there, America, Asia, and Russia.
Okay. What I'm gonna just stop you there for a moment, if I may. I've heard what you've said regarding Britain not being a strong player, and America, China, and Russia having had talks. But I want to know, in that context, what do you understand by MAGA, the MAGA movement of Trump?
MAGA is different than the Republican Party.
Tell me, explain that one. Why is MAGA different to the Republican Party?
The Republican Party has Republicans are the Republicans. You know the Republican Party. I take it you know what they're about.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Yeah.
This is a different thing. MAGA don't believe in going to war around the world. No matter what you think about MAGA, they're racist and they're warmongers and they're all that. MAGA is not like that. MAGA does not want to go to war. MAGA does not want to start wars. It doesn't want it again. MAGA does not want to pay for everybody else around the world either.
Right.
So it's not going to work. It's not, going, oh, it wants to look. I would say, make America great. This is the thing about that's what MAGA wants to do. And they are completely different from the Republican Party. People will say MAGA are racist and MAGA are this. I am sure there are racist elements within MAGA. I would not doubt that there. But the MAGA people do not care about racism. What they do care about is they don't want their country loaded with people coming in as gang members and things like that.
Yeah.
They would be totally against that. So they would probably be called racist for that view, if you know what I mean. Because they have that view of
yeah.
They don't want unlimited immigration. But apart from that, MAGA or they want America. They don't want the rest of the world. They don't want America in other people's beds either. You know what I mean? They don't see themselves as MAGA don't see themselves as big of America. MAGA see themselves as America being a great nation that has good roads, has good schools. You know what I mean? Exports to the world. The dollar is king. You know what I mean? That is MAGA.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think? Sorry to cut across to you, Michael. Do you think then that the MAGA goals, the MAGA goals are realistic? You think they're real?
They are realistic, but it's how you do it and how you go about it. The thing about it is Americans come late to the game. And you got this other thing about the artificial intelligence and and this is so copious. This is just nonsense because the Chinese fucking blew them out of the water. They came to that. They just released their one for basically $2 a month. And what they done with it, this is the whole thing you see this is another one where Keir Starmer is a bullshit. He turned around and had all this thing, we're going to invest $500 billion into AI. And then the Chinese release it for free. You can invest $500 billion if you wanted into it, but, it's just not going to work. And this is their own, and this is, it's the way things are going, the way things were. You need to find the next biggest thing. Do you know what I mean? And you need to constantly keep finding the next biggest thing, the next biggest thing, the next biggest thing.
Okay. I got two questions for you. Simple questions, I think. Let me try and phrase this. Okay. In your opinion, does China need to be beaten?
I understand what you're saying, and it needs to be taken back quite a bit, but it's going to be extremely hard to do, you see, because sometimes you get away with so much for so long. See what comes to intellectual property, stuff like that, where, see what you're supposed to do with intellectual property, you're supposed to take a computer, and you're able to take the details of that computer, go to China, build the factory, and the Chinese are not supposed to take the technology.
Yeah.
Well, the Chinese don't exactly do that. They will invade you into your factory, but they will take your technology.
Are you saying that the Chinese are commercial thieves? They're industrial espionage people? Yeah.
But they just like to say the Chinese do it more. I mean, not different computer companies say
Right.
But they won't just automatically just take it. If you see what I mean, they
Right. So the Chinese are great at making. Sorry to cut across you, Michael. The Chinese are great at making knockoffs. Be there, cheap toys, software, industry. They're great at copying and stealing.
they're very good at that, but they've done all that. Right? Now they have come to a different point. They have progressed to the point where they do their products. They're cheap and they're good.
Yeah.
And that's when the rest of the world has to catch up on. They have to catch up on what China has achieved. When the rest of the world was letting China make crap for them, the Chinese were working on the next 30 years. You know what I mean? You know, the men had shitty jobs, they were all Chinese stuff, rubbish Chinese stuff, that. I mean, Chinese electric cars are by far the best in the world. By far. You know what I mean?
Are they?
Chinese shipbuilding. Oh, God, in fact, they're miles ahead of everyone. They're miles ahead of everyone. They're miles ahead of everyone in battery power, in battery technology. They're miles ahead of people in ship technology. You know, these all things that people think China is this sort of backward country where they're all fucking riding around in fucking bicycles. It's just not true.
Why is China? Why is China investing in countries like Hungary to make battery factories there?
Because you see, this is when it comes down to when you go to deal with Europe, you have to be in the European Union producing stuff to sell it into Europe or you pay tariffs. So what you do is you take your factory and you just move it over and you do, at the end of the day, it still costs them more to produce. But they're not trying to sell the batteries back into China, they're selling the batteries into Europe.
Yeah.
So they'd be charging the extra price into Europe. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Would it surprise you?
That's why Trump wants it.
Would it surprise you to hear that some of the batteries made in Hungary go into Land Rovers, electric Land Rovers sold in the UK?
Not at all. You see, the thing about it is what it is battery technology. All the companies that produce electric cars, not all of them produce batteries. They produce the car, they produce the technology, they want a certain battery. But what they do is they take a battery and build a car around it.
Yeah.
They don't build a car and then put a battery in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So they're cathode factories.
They have to buy them batteries.
Say that again. Sorry.
They have to buy batteries off all the battery maker companies.
Yeah.
But I mean, BYD make batteries.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Now, all these different places make batteries, and they make different types of batteries. But they will sell the batteries to any producer. Could be a company, could be a phone company, could be a computer company, anything that uses lithium-ion batteries.
Okay. And now my next question. My next question. How do you think, if you can try and do this? I know it's utterly impossible, but how do you see? How do you see the world evolving in the next 1,000 years? Will there be a centralized government for the world?
I honestly don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't know what will work, and I can only tell you probably for the next 20 years at the most, to be honest.
How many years?
I don't think anybody, about 20 years is about as far as you can go ahead, to be
Yeah.
honest.
So what do you envisage for the next 20 years, Michael?
I can see Europe will have to do something drastic, and I include the UK in this. You see, when I talk about Europe, I do include the UK in this. They have to do something. What they got to do is stop fucking sending money to Ukraine for a start, because that's a no-go. All they're going to do is get more Ukrainians killed. But in the next 20 years, America will come back if everything works well for them. Russia aren't stupid. They're not falling for any crap. If Russia doesn't get exactly what it wants here, there will be no peace. Don't think there will be. If Russia does not get exactly what it wants here, it will not stop. China will continue doing what we can China do, and then where the clash will come is in the South China Sea, and it'll come between. Well, it may start with America, but that's where it'll end up with America and China. And I think there will be some kind of military altercation. I just think there will be, but probably in the South China Sea. But you've got to understand something about modern warfare. You can have as many fucking ships as you want. If you're trying to come to the South China Sea, you're coming to South China in their back garden. And I mean, aircraft carriers these days are just big targets. They're not, they're great for going to the likes of Africa where they don't have the missiles to blow them back to the fucking water. But you go to China and you're going to their backyard. You know what I mean? It's not going to be, this would be a missile thing. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be direct conflict in,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, it wouldn't be traditional.
America's not going to. They just couldn't do it. It's a different